Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
So this is how many years?
Year 4.
Four of what?
Sobriety.
Don't be afraid to talk a little louder too. So, yeah, are you excited? Was it a good day?
Yeah, it's been a really good day. I was actually off today, so pretty laid back watching Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. But yeah, 4 years sober. That's super exciting. Something that I never imagined would have been possible. So it's pretty incredible.
Now, the first interview we did, were you even a year sober when we did that?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I don't think that either one of us were a year sober yet, or we were just over a year.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, but now, this is the milestone after we did 500 days, 1,000 days, 2 years, 3 years, 4
Yeah.
years. So what's changed? Anything?
Oh, a lot has changed. I am a whole nurse. Yeah. So, spent the last year in nursing school, graduated in July, and graduated, I think, second in my class, and a whole bunch of awards. It was awesome.
So you got a job and everything doing
I
that.
did. I got a job at our local hospital. I work on a med surge floor, and it's pretty chaotic, but it's awesome. It's very challenging, and I love that. I don't want to be just bored at a job. I like a good challenge, something that's difficult and going to make me use my brain, and so it's perfect.
What all else has happened in your fourth year? You've been married a year.
Yeah. So September 4th is married a whole year to my handsome you. Yeah.
Has that been rocky?
No, not at all. I think the term people use when they describe us is like disgusting because we're like just perfect for each other.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Has anything changed with your recovery habits?
I don't really go to meetings. Haven't. I mean, being in school, I know excuses, whatever, but didn't really have time while I was in school, and it just kind of, I guess, fell to the wayside.
Why do you think? Do you think there's a reason we don't go to as many meetings anymore?
I don't know. I think at first it was just like life got really busy, and then, I don't want to be that person that says that I'm going to be 100% okay without them. But as of right now, I'm comfortable in my sobriety that I don't have to have that, every day or multiple times a week to be okay. I feel really good in here. I feel really good in my heart. So it's not something that I'm having or I feel like I have to constantly chase after.
What are some of the things you have done maybe to keep up with sobriety? I know you've done some therapy and things.
Yeah, so lots of therapy. I think that probably helps me the most right now in this season. I'll say that in this season, that therapy, and then my job humbles me a lot. This past Wednesday, which was yesterday, my 4-year birthday. That whole day, it was just like one thing after another was super just like in my face. Like, okay, I see you, universe. Like, I hear you. So it was really cool seeing those little moments that, I hadn't really seen in a while. So to see those just like slap me in the face literally all day long was a super cool experience.
Your job you get to help people that are like.
Oh, for sure. Because on a med surge floor, you kind of get a little bit of everything. And, I can't really say too much about my patients because there's so many things that can, violate HIPAA basically. But they were, we do get suicidal patients. We get drug and alcohol patients. We get, we get a little of everything. And, I ended up having to do a one-on-one where I sat, one-on-one observation with someone that had tried to commit suicide. And, being in that room and, the girl's parents came in and I was like, man, like, this is hard to watch, but it was just one of those things that I was like, okay, it gets better.
What have you
And
noticed that's changed about you over the last 4 years?
um,
Good or bad?
I think that I am a lot more humble. I think that I see things now, as far as, for the first probably year or two, like I knew that I had hurt some people and, that I did very inappropriate things and caused a lot of fear in others. And now it's like I have this deeper sense of it. And when I have those moments of, oh, wow, that was me at one point, I automatically think back to, my parents and my friends and different family members that, they were on the outside looking in, and, I see that fear and I recognize it. And it just gives me a much bigger sense of appreciation for the ones that stuck around and, still love me and have allowed me to be a part of their lives again.
Like, I know that things have changed for you personally and like emotionally, but I think like your circle of people has changed too. Huh?
Oh, big time, yeah. I'd say my circle is probably about like this big. I just different season, man. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. Is I I want to surround myself with people who are like-minded in the sense of, just be a good person. You don't have to have, a church or a group or a meeting or, this plethora of people around you to have a good quality of life.
I think you've outgrown some of those people too, though.
Yeah, I think that people outgrow people all the time, and I don't think that I am better than anybody. I think that we all have different walks in life, and I think just as seasons change, people change, and I'm just very happy and content in our little bubble that we've created, in our marriage. And I'm very grateful that I have a husband that I can come home to and talk to every day. And, I don't have to worry about, oh, is he out doing this? Or, what's his mood going to be like when he comes home? It's wonderful.
So I know the challenges you met over the last year. What do you think you'll be facing in this fourth year?
School all over again. Because I'm currently an LPN, so I'm going to go back and get my RN. And, that's going to be just another season, another change in life. And it's going to be challenging, but I'm looking forward to it.
What's motivating you to do all this? What drives you?
Because I want to have a career in mental health, or, a dual diagnosis facility where I can help patients who not only have mental disorders, but they have drug and alcohol issues too. And I want to be able to, be that light and be that person that can relate to them. And just, and I know that I can do that now as an LPN, but I want to be able to do the most that I can. And that means going back to school. So I'm going to do it.
Other than school, anything changed with family, relationships, other than, say, marriage?
I think I'm a lot closer to my family. That it seems like, as the time goes on, I just get closer and closer to most of my family. And, that's just a beautiful thing to, think back. And, at one point, we had this conversation earlier about, my Facebook photos from the beginning of Facebook until now. And it's like, there's this span of like 3 years that is just missing. And it's because I was missing. And, being able to mend these relationships and just, I don't know, being able to just have this family unit that, loves me and is proud of me is just, I don't know, it's hard to describe.
Are you doing anything to help other than, say, your LPN, to help other addicts move through sobriety or anything like that?
I went and told my story out at Recovery House where I went to treatment not too long ago. Still reaching out to people that I've met through social media. And, not doing nearly as much as I used to.
Yeah. We're 4 years into it. So what would you say about, say, like, I guess what I'm looking for is, like, things that used to make you want to drink? What am I, being triggers, that kind of, do you see any of that or feel any of that anymore?
Not really. There was such a long time, before sobriety, and then even in the very beginning of sobriety, that I was, like, scared of everything. And, I didn't know how to process my emotions. And anytime something happened, my first thought was, I need to drink this away. I need to, yada, yada, yada this away. And today that's not my first thought. I can't even tell you when's the last time I've actually had a thought about using or drinking. It just doesn't come to me anymore.
Do you have any hobbies or habits that you do in your personal time?
We still do some hiking when we can. Life's busy. We're going camping this weekend. Yay. But other than that, it's just been, getting back into the flow of having a job. That year I was in school, it was just, wake up, go to school till 3:00, come home, do schoolwork, rinse, repeat. And now it's like, oh, you're going to work 4 12-hour shifts in a row. So I'm kind of dead to everything on that 5th day when I get the day off.
So how are you prepared for the future now?
I think I'm more aware of my surroundings. I'm more aware of people and things that can set me off, and I stay away from those things.
So you have, like, a takeaway? Like, what kind of advice do you give? You remember we asked that question at the first time you did your interview. What kind of advice would you give to somebody, not just at the beginning of their healing, but, like, maybe, kind of further in a year?
Yeah. I think the main thing is, and somebody said this to me the other day, is you have to find what works for you, and whatever works for you that's not going to kill you. And I was like, okay. There was somebody that I saw that had a couple years clean, and they relapsed, and they were beating themselves up really bad about it. And we got to talking, and, it's, go to meetings, go to church, go to whatever is going to help you make it through each day. But find what works for you. It doesn't have to be one certain path. You can search hundreds of paths until you find the one that's going to keep you sober.
So is there a right way to get sober?
No, absolutely not. There's thousands, millions of ways to get sober and to stay sober. And the most important thing is finding what works for you without feeling pressured or guilt or shame or, all those negative things that come with missing a day or not doing something that somebody thinks that that's the way you should be doing it. Find what works for you. And if it keeps you sober, keep doing it. If it keeps you sober and happy. There you go.
Well, any final word, anything that you might say to the ether out there?
Keep on keeping on.
Cool. Okay. Happy 4th.
Thanks.